Court calls the case is the People versus Eric Vermeulen.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate and on behalf of Mr. Vermeulen, who stands to my right, please state your name for the record, sir.
Eric Anthony Vermeulen.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Where are we on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. Today is the date and time set for sentencing on both matters. We have reviewed the PSIR and we have no material changes or corrections. And we would ask to adopt or to address the recommendation briefly when appropriate.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have reviewed the recommendation to understand it, as well as the probation recommendation. We are asking that the court, considering sentencing Mr. Vermeulen to 68 days on each case, credit 68 served, or in the alternate 93 days, credit for 68 and the balance to be suspended. As Your Honor is very aware of Mr. Vermeulen, as well as these cases, and he has been in custody for some time. He does have some housing instability at this time. I have been able to talk to some of his relatives. At this point, it is not a guarantee whether or not he will be able to stay with them. Yesterday, I was able to talk to another family friend of his who may be able to actually take him in. However, at this point, it looks like Mr. Vermeulen would be staying in a shelter, and he does have concerns. We talked in great length about the recommendation. He doesn't want to violate probation. He has no, I guess I should say, issue with attending MRT, but he had thought out how he has a bike, how he might have to take it in the winter, where he would have to be riding his bike the way over here, and he might miss a class, and then of course he would be in violation status of his probation. He is not very much, we had a long conversation about this, me and Mr. Vermeulen. I personally did not get the impression he was trying to avoid getting sentenced to probation. As Your Honor is aware, I have a lot of those conversations with people who don't want to do probation. Mr. Vermeulen really just is dealing with a lot right now. His long time in custody has made things worse, so to speak, and we're asking that the court consider sentencing him to time served or in the alternate suspended additional sentence.
Eric, anything you want to tell
me? You know, after the altercation with Brian, he apologized to me for what he did and took me up, bought me some cigarettes and a breeze pen and a pop. Then he had me arrested, and I lost my place and everything, and I didn't do nothing. I did run from the cops. I was scared. Wasn't even thinking about it, what I was doing. Can you please give me time to serve? I have an extreme amount of difficulty when I get out of here. Regrouping, getting me a place. I plan not to break the law. I did not with Brian. I didn't hurt the guy. The guy was very mean to me, but I needed a place to live. And this is what he did. All he had to do was ask me to leave. He did not have to do this to me. I'm very sad because now I'm going to be a bum in society. He made me lose everything, now my self-respect. It's going to be very hard. I'm going to suffer quite a lot to get going. I'm going to try to do it. But the guy was very wrong in what he did. Very wrong, and I should not have run from the cops. I don't even know why I did. I just don't think I was mentally there. I just don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened. I just know I'm here, and I know I'm very lucky. I'm had people working with me to this point, trying to keep me out of jail. I don't belong in jail.
Your Honor, may counsel I approach?
Okay. Anything else you want to say, Eric?
No, sir.
All right. And here's what I'm going to do. However long we've been dealing with each other. Right? And you always ask me for something. And I always tell you no. And we do it my way. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's just how we work. So here's what I'm going to do. You're going to be able to get yourself out. What I'm worried about more than anything with you, Eric, is that you find housing. I'm really, just listen to me. I'm worried about that. Because if you recall, 2 of the previous cases that you had with me really result from you not being housed because you were trying to survive. I mean, and I get it. But I think if you can get yourself housed, or at least give a shot at getting yourself housed, then I think things can look a little bit better for you.
I have no choice. I have to do something. My plan is to get right as soon as I get out of here. I'm going past McDonald's. I'm putting in an app right away.
Okay.
And I'm going to go up there every day and pound their head until I get a job. And I'm going to make some money and I'm going to put it down on a room or something. I'll give me a place.
Okay.
I've already took care of myself.
Okay. So here's what has to happen. You're going to get out, but I want you to come back to court on Friday so that you can talk to a Friday afternoon so that you can talk with someone. That's when I have my housing docket. And I want you to talk with someone just to give you resources and places that you can don't. Eric, what did I just tell you?
Yeah, sure.
And you're going to start talking.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to tell you we're going to do it my way. Right?
No, yeah, I was just saying I did talk to somebody while I was in jail concerning this.
I know. Who was that?
They were 2 ladies from.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I got you.
Yeah. So Friday afternoon, you're going to come down here. We'll know that you're here, and then I'm going to have you talk with somebody and let them get some information, get you resources. Okay?
Sounds okay. Good. Yeah. What time?
If you don't show up,
Oh no, I'm
I'm
gonna.
going to have to go out and find you, and you don't want me doing that.
You'll find me quickly.
Yes, I will.
I'm not planning. I've been in this area. You'll find me.
Okay.
I'll show up.
So here's what we'll do, Eric. And I'm going to follow these recommendations because, Eric, the other thing is you got people here that when you run into a difficulty, you can rely on. Sometimes when you're out there by yourself, you're not making the best decisions. Okay. So when things come across and you got to try to figure out what to do, you can give us a call. Okay.
I think I had mentioned that to Teresa, that it's good to have someone on your side. That could
And
probably
that's
help.
why I'm not just sentencing you to time served. Yes, it is a good thing sometimes. And it's something you need, particularly right now. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So on the case ending in 1064, sentence of the court, 18 months probation, $555 fines and costs payable as directed by probation.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, one more thing. Is there anything on them fines? Like I worked 356 hours for the jail. Is there anything you can do on the fines? I worked hard up in that kitchen, scrubbing and cleaning and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. Can you do anything on the fines? Just so I could get some money going? I'm gonna need a lot of money to get going. I don't have any clothes. I have nothing.
Eric, you've been dealing with me how many years? Been over a decade.
You know,
When it comes down to you surviving or being out there and the money that you owe the court, which have I really cared about?
taking care of business.
You taking care of business. All right. You're going to work with probation. We'll realize where you are financially. We'll deal with it. Got it?
Got it.
I'm going to, on that case, waive the probation oversight fees to comply with the terms that I'm about to set forth in the other case that ending in 1056. I'll order 365 days in jail, credit 68 served. The balance on that is suspended. On the other matter, place you on 18 months probation, $555 fines and court costs, $360 probation oversight fees that will be payable as directed by probation. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as directed by probation. You are to complete the MRT program or a comparable program. There's to be no contact with Brian Maynard or Zane Maynard, no going to the residence or employment of those individuals, no assaulting, threatening, or intimidating behavior. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You're to begin and maintain employment with proof to probation. I'll order 93 days in jail, credit 68 served, the balance suspended. On this case, I'm just going to add a 12 defendant to report to 14A1 courtroom on October 11th, 2024 at 1 p.m.
Then when do I report to probation?
Oh, you got to go to probation. But what did I just tell you? I need you here Friday at 1 p.m.
Yes.
so that you can talk to them about housing. Okay? And then you work with Valera when you got to go to probation. All right?
Okay.
Eric, I want you to keep in touch with Miss Valera as to where you are. Okay? You hear me?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Eric, there's no hurry. You're gonna call me when you get out. We'll get things set up and I'll help you. Okay? All right.
What was supposed to be a routine sentencing instantly turned into an emotional survival story when Eric Varan stood before the judge looking broken, homeless and desperate for a second chance, admitting he'd already lost everything, his place to live, his stability, and nearly his hope. His public defender explained Eric had already served 68 days in custody and was now facing probation while struggling with housing instability so severe that shelters might be his only option. Eric openly feared probation violations because even getting to mandatory classes on a bike during winter could set him up for failure. Then Eric finally spoke, and the courtroom froze. He described how a man named Brian apologized to him, after an altercation bought him cigarettes and vape pens, then had him arrested anyway, costing Eric his home and dignity overnight. Fighting back tears, Eric admitted he ran from police out of fear, not violence, saying he wasn't mentally present and still didn't fully understand how his life collapsed so fast. He told the judge he felt like he'd become a burden on society, stripped of self-respect, now forced to rebuild from nothing, no clothes, no money, no shelter. The judge, who clearly knew Eric well after more than a decade of repeat appearances, didn't sugarcoat reality. Homelessness had fueled Eric's past crimes, and without housing, history would repeat itself. But instead of throwing him back into jail, the judge did something unexpected. He focused on survival. He ordered Eric released, demanded he return Friday for housing assistance, warned him bluntly that if he disappeared, law enforcement would find him fast, and reminded him that probation wasn't punishment, it was protection. Eric promised to hit McDonald's applications immediately, grind daily until employed, save every dollar, and rent any room he could find. The judge laid down strict conditions: 18 months probation, drug testing, MRT classes, no contact with the people involved, no weapons, mandatory employment, and multiple suspended jail sentences hanging over. Eric's head like a loaded trapdoor, one wrong move and he'd fall straight back inside. Eric begged for mercy on fines, explaining he scrubbed jail kitchens for hundreds of hours and still had nothing. But the judge reminded him survival comes first and probation would adjust payments once Eric got on his feet. In the end, Eric walked out free, but not free from consequences, carrying a mountain of rules, deadlines, court dates, and expectations, with the judge personally instructing him to stay in touch, accept help, and stop trying to handle life alone. And just like that, another raw courtroom moment unfolded, not about guilt or innocence, but about poverty, mental collapse, and how close someone can come to losing everything before the system finally decides to help instead of punish. Proving once again that in this courtroom, freedom isn't just about walking out the door. It's about whether you can survive once you do.
Court does call the case, People versus Rebecca Valentine.
Lonnie for the people. Assistant Public Defender Chinaze Carey Akinruli on behalf of Rebecca Valentine, Your Honor.
Valentine, can you state your name, please?
Yes, and I did say I want to represent myself, so I don't know where that communication was spilled. Rebecca Valentine, I don't wish to have an attorney represent me.
Okay, you want to represent yourself in this matter?
Yes,
Okay, so what do you want to do today if that were the case?
what are my options?
Pardon?
What are my options?
I can't apprise you of that, ma'am. I can't give you legal advice.
Probably just adjourn it for 2 weeks and they could let me know what they want to do next.
Have you spoken to the public defender or an attorney at all, ma'am?
Yes, she was very inconvenient and not communicated with me, and I let her know I would like to represent myself. I think that you're allowed to tell me like reasonable information, and then I can make a reasonable choice about my own representation. Is that not, am I right?
Well, thank you for letting me know what my job is, but that's not how it works.
You're welcome, but I would think you should know this already.
October 24th, 2024, 9 a.m.
Sounds
So
good.
consider that a waiver of her time requirements. Bond continue. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Should I put anything on the record?
What'd you say?
I guess it would be fair. For the record, Your Honor, I did try and reach out to Ms. Valentine.
How'd that go?
It didn't go very well, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm just asking. I don't know. You don't have to answer me. That would be privileged. Did it go as well as my conversation just now?
You actually heard her voice. So
Oh, okay. That must be part of my charm.
Versus Christopher Page, case number 24 FB 1265.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Page, who appears from the Washtenaw County Jail. If we can get him unmuted.
Yeah. Mr. Page. Mr. Page. Mr. Page, this is the things out the window. Oh, I'm not sure if Mr. Page is going to participate with us this morning.
This is 14B.
Mr. Page, can you hear me, sir? He's not going to participate. Mr. Mansour?
Your Honor, I was just going to set up for a final settlement conference. I did have a chance to talk with him just like this earlier. The camera was a little bit bored, but yeah, Mr. Page is.
Is Mr. Page competent? Because if he's competent, then he can be
I can't hear.
court. If he's not competent,
hear
so you stop yelling at me.
you. What's going on, man?
Mr. Page,
Mr.
please
Page.
state your name,
Page.
your full name, sir.
Page, Christopher Q. Page.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I want to talk to my lawyer. I want to even talk to you.
Sir, this is the judge. You need to behave properly.
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry?
I can't hear you.
Said this is the judge and you need to behave properly.
I didn't say, what you mean? I didn't say nothing. Say I want to talk to my judge. We didn't talk.
What?
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 I can hear you.
Mr. Mansour?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm sorry about this. If the court would incline, give me one chance for a breakout room and we could try this again. If not, then I can message Miss Paul and say,
Try what again, Your Honor? What did I do? Can you hear what he's saying? Try again. Your Honor, try what again, Your Honor?
He wants to talk to you. Your attorney wants to speak with you.
I need to come up front to talk to him, Your Honor. Why can't I come upstairs like everybody else do? Why am I getting you like some dog?
Does anybody know what he's saying? I can't make it out.
Huh?
I don't know what you just said, Mr. Page.
I said, why am I being treated like some dog?
I'm going to put you in a breakout room with your attorney so you can talk to him, Mr. Mansour, and then let us know what we need to do
Stop
next.
letting me grab me out my cell and talk to him or something. What is it?
thank you.
No.
Your Honor, I'm not talking.
Okay. Is Ms. Moeller back?
Okay, this is 240081, the People versus David Martinez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Mannering on behalf of
For Your Honor, Jeffrey Fant on behalf of Mr. Martinez. He's present in the courtroom. The complainant is present in the courtroom. Spoke with Ms. Manarino. I believe she has spoken with the complainant. Matter is being dismissed and sufficient evidence to proceed.
Ms. Manarino, is that accurate?
That is, Your Honor.
All right, so the vote, there was an allegation of probation violation. It's being dismissed by the prosecutor for insufficient evidence.
And Your Honor, I understand Mr. Santo has had some conversation with his client regarding the type of behavior that was alleged in the violation.
And I mean, we've had so many conversations about so many things on this case that I'm sure they've all heard it before, right? Don't talk to each other. Don't go near each other. But here's the thing, and I want to say this, and I'm just going to. This is a court of law. People get charged and convicted or plead guilty to crimes, and that's appropriate. But this is a neighbor dispute. That's what it is, right? And you're all adults, and I shouldn't have to say this over and over. Don't talk to each other. Don't go near each other. Stay away from each other. I know how your houses are. There's a dividing street that divides your house from your house, right? And stay on your own side of the streets. No contact. Got it?
Thank you.
No contact.
I just gotta say one thing. What really bothers
Ma'am, you gotta start by saying your name.
Oh, my name's Irma Erden. And what really bothers me is when my son comes over, he likes to open his door and call him faggot, pussy boy, all kinds of names.
All right,
Look, do that.
Listen. No name calling, no nothing. And this is an allegation. The prosecutor said they don't have evidence to go forward, but please, no, I'm talking, ma'am, please. No talking to each other. Don't interact with each other at all. Oil and water, stay away. Got it?
I'm fine with that.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right, we're all set.
Thank you.
Everyone have a good day.
Okay.
What started as a routine docket quickly spiraled into pure courtroom chaos as Rebecca Valentine boldly announced she wanted to represent herself, clashing instantly with the judge while demanding to know her options, only to be shut down. Hard when the judge reminded her he doesn't give legal advice, scheduling her case out 2 weeks and sarcastically noting that even her public defender couldn't get through to her. Moments later, the energy flipped again as Christopher Page appeared virtually from jail, completely unresponsive, mumbling incoherently, talking over the judge, and asking why he was being treated like something, forcing the court to stop proceedings and throw him into a breakout room just so his lawyer could calm him down. Before anyone could even process that mess, the court jumped straight into David Martinez's case, where prosecutors suddenly admitted they had no evidence, dismissing the alleged probation violation on the spot. But instead of celebrating, the judge laid into everyone like frustrated parents at a family dinner, calling it what it really was, a petty neighbor war masquerading as criminal court. He reminded all parties that this wasn't about crimes anymore. It was grown adults, refusing to stay in their own lanes. One neighbor tried to interrupt, claiming her son was being verbally harassed. But the judge shut that down too, ordering absolute zero contact, no talking, no name-calling. No crossing streets, oil and water, he said, spelling it out. Like kindergarten rules. By the end of the session, one woman had alienated her lawyer. Another man couldn't even stay coherent long enough to speak to the judge, and the probation case collapsed from lack of proof, all while the judge desperately tried to impose basic human boundaries on people who clearly couldn't manage them on their own. It was yet another brutal reminder that courtroom drama isn't always about murder or major felonies. Sometimes it's ego, chaos, mental instability, and neighbor beefs exploding under fluorescent lights, where adults act like children. Lawyers babysit clients, judges become referees, and justice spends half its time just trying to keep people from destroying themselves.